Hello and welcome back, everyone, to the Two Button Crew Tabletop RPG podcast. I am joined by Scott.
Hello.
Who is
That's
playing...
not Scott. Sigil.
Yeah. So, yes, I'm joined by Scott. Nathaniel.
Hello!
Who is playing the Kokiri warrior Trouse. And unfortunately, Ryan was not able to make it here this time, so we are instead joined by Simeon King.
Hello.
And he will be playing, well, actually, let's hold off on that and just, we'll get there when we get there. Last time, our heroes managed to procure equipment from the various townsfolk, including swords, bows, and armor. And now that they have their equipment, they're ready to turn in for the night and set out in the morning. So, let's get right into that. So, Scott, I'm going to say, since you've been here in town for a couple of days, as I recall, that you already have like a room at the inn that's paid for.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Because I know otherwise you'd be broke and you'd be sleeping outside.
Let's not bring my personal life into this.
Anyway, so you're going to be taken care of. We'll get back to that in a second. Nathaniel, where does Trouse go? Does he try to go to the inn, or what's he up to?
He probably sleeps in a tree because he is a forest child.
Okay.
If I remember anything about Kokiri, they generally sleep in hollowed out trees. So, sleeping in just a regular tree for one night, probably not going to
Okay, well, see, that's a little bit of an oversimplification, because the hollowed out trees are fully furnished.
I know, but it's still fine. It's not like they have air conditioning or anything,
And your tree's all paid for.
All right, so it's early evening. The workday is winding down. People are shuffling into the inn, and this is the social gathering spot. It's as much kind of a pub as it is an inn. So there's a lot of laughing and singing and stuff going on. So Trouse, you can probably hear this if you haven't wandered too far outside of town at this point.
Do I need to close my ears? I can take out my headphones.
I mean, yeah, if you want.
You can also just play with the information, knowing that you don't have this information. It's
Yeah, that's fine too. I don't think any of this is necessarily going to spoil anything for you.
Okay.
This is just, I had some side quests and I'm trying to very sneakily put them in because I worked hard on this, darn it. And we didn't have time.
Do you go talk to the guy, or do you yell at him? I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But one way or another, I talk to him.
So yeah, Scott, you can definitely hear some of this. Do you observe anything that's going on, or do you just try to go to your room and try to knock yourself out by smothering yourself with your pillow or whatever?
Yeah, I'm pretty irritated by the clatter and noise that kids these days call music. Maybe the side quest wants me to go check it out. I'm not sure.
I think the side quest probably wants you to go check
I
it
might
out.
go downstairs, try to ask them to be quieter.
All right, so you go downstairs and you realize that there's not one person to ask to be quiet. There's a lot of stuff. There are people who are singing. There are people who are. There's a guy who's arm wrestling pretty much everyone in the tavern. A lot of drinking.
The arm wrestling guy looks suspicious, maybe.
Okay, so do you want to go up and observe?
I do.
Okay, so there's a Goron there who's arm wrestling the other patrons, and he seems to be beating most everyone pretty handily.
Well, I've got 1 bronze, so I'm not feeling too confident.
I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to.
Hey, you gotta let the tiny little cockeries handle this sort of situation with my 2 bronze.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think, man, I wish if Trouse was here, he could probably trounce this guy.
I just love to see. I just get this imagery of a cockery on a table, like grabbing onto a Goron's arm with both arms and like putting it into like a sleeper hold on the table. Just the arm. My arm is in a sleeper hold on the table.
Yes. Challenge him. Challenge him. Challenge him.
Look, let me just. I would rather you stay in character than, you know, this. Like, this was really something more for Trouse, but Trouse isn't here, so. So, if this is something you think your character would do, go for it. If not,
yeah, that's the whole point of role playing.
Let me just ask, what's going on here?
all right. The Goron says, "Oh, we're just arm wrestling to pass the time, you know."
Just to pass the time.
Yeah, well, and also to prove who's the strongest, of course. And I think we've settled that matter, he says, looking at a bunch of people rubbing their sore arms.
What do you get for being the strongest person?
Oh, well, I mean, if you want to wager on it, then I wouldn't mind making it a bit more interesting.
I've got a 2-foot-tall friend, and I bet he can take you down.
You hear a collective, oh. Really? And where is he? He says, looking around.
He's sleeping in a hobo tree. So what's in it for him? What's gonna make it worth his while to come all the way down here?
Well, tell you what, if he's willing to pony up the rupees, I have something worth that I'd be willing to wager.
I'll be right back, Sonny.
Okay, so you exit the tavern, I take it, or the inn, I guess I should say.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Trouse, where are you, and would you be easy to find?
Yeah, I probably would be in town in a tree because, you know, there's no reason to be dangerously not in town in a tree. Also, there's probably a ferry with me somewhere, so you could probably see that if you were looking around for it. I don't know. I may have told everyone where I was going to stay. We didn't really go over that whole bit, but it does kind of make sense to be like, yeah, I'm going to be sleeping over here if you guys need me, you know. So probably you can find me.
Okay, so I'm just going to say that, yeah, you find him after about, like, 5-10 minutes of looking.
5-10 minutes of calling into trees.
That's good, because on the 11th minute I was going to give up.
Okay, so am I awakened by calling, or
I mean,
do you just like nudge me awake in a tree, or am I just hanging out in a tree?
Let me make something clear. When I said it was getting late last time, I meant more like it's like late afternoon, early evening. So it's probably like 6 or 7 o'clock at this point.
Oh, okay. So it's dinner time. Oh, okay. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah. So yeah.
So you're eating bark and twigs in your tree.
I don't know what cockery eat, guys. I don't know. Oh yeah.
It's not so much what they normally eat as what you have on hand.
That's true, I suppose.
Hey, there are some very flavorful tree barks out there. Cinnamon.
It's true. It's true. Okay, Scott, what's your character's name?
Sigil.
Sigil. Okay. Hey, Sigil. What's up?
Hey, there's an arm wrestling punk that I need you to show up.
Why?
because he's an arm wrestling punk that I need you to show up. Need I say more? No, he's gonna get us some rupees or something good. He said.
Okay. I mean, I guess if we're gonna be going off and doing stuff later, then maybe having some more money would be helpful. Yeah. Okay. Sure. All I gotta do is arm wrestle him. He's gonna pay us.
That's right.
Okay. Let's go.
All right, so you head back to the inn and walk up to him, and he looks you over and is like, "Oh, you actually came back."
Hello.
Hi. You brought a kid? He says, looking at Sigil.
I'll have you know that I'm an immortal forest dweller. Thank you.
My, what an active imagination he has, says someone behind you.
So yeah. What do I get if I beat you?
Well, I don't want to spoil the surprise, but then again, you're not going to beat me, so why does it even matter?
Yes.
What is this?
Okay. So how are we doing this? Like, is this just like a standard like elbow on the table? Do we have a special table for it or cushions? Is there
He just puts his arm elbow on the table, puts his arm forward, and is like, "Okay, kid, come on."
Okay. All right. Okay.
I'll try not to wrench your arm out of socket, he says.
Is this going to be an athletics check? Is that what it's going to be?
Yeah, hang on. I have this written down here somewhere.
Sigil gives Trouse a little peppy back rub.
Okay. I'm ready. Let's do it. Yeah.
Yeah, Lindley flies up to you and whispers in your ear and says, "Remember, I'm not one of the healing fairies."
I didn't know there was an actual difference between different types of fairies. I thought they just had to, I don't know, give their life to heal somebody or something.
All right. Oh, okay. Here, I found it. Let's see.
Every fairy you use sacrificed its life for you.
I've always wondered that. I want to make if I did like ROM hacks, I would love to make a ROM hack for Ocarina of Time where it replaces the fairy animation with the drinking potion animation.
Drink a fairy every time. Like in Breath of the Wild, where if you try to mix it into a potion. Okay, so I'm gonna do like athletics brawn. So I roll.
Let me see what I have written down.
Okay, I'm just trying to remember exactly how rolls works in this. So I'll roll 1d6 for each point that I have in the appropriate skill and attribute, and then is it like a 50-50, like 3 and above, or 4 and above?
Yeah,
that's 4 and above is a success. Mm-hmm. And then this is just going to be contested, so you'll roll however many this Goran has, and then I'll roll however many I have, and we'll see what happens.
Right.
Okay.
All right. And he looks over at Sigil and he says, "Wait a second. Where's your wager? I want to see it."
Sigil reaches into his pocket and takes out his lone single rupee in his possession. And a bedroll.
You're betting the bedroll?
What is the wager? Because it's not fair for you to ask us to show our wager when you haven't shown yours.
Fine, he says. Tell you what, I'll make it cheap for you. If you put down 10 rupees, I'll put down this, he says, and he puts down a heart-shaped object.
Oh, is that a heart piece? Or a heart container?
Well, when you inspect it, it actually looks like the outline of a heart with a smaller heart inside.
Okay.
Piece of
So
art.
it's a heart. Okay. Okay. I've got 10 rupees.
All right, now we're in business.
I just hope all that fighting I did earlier hasn't negatively affected my arm.
All right, so
Also, since I'm tiny and he's big, does this count as a courage thing?
that is an excellent point. Go ahead and add a courage die to your roll.
Cool. Okay, so I just go ahead and roll now.
Yep. Yeah, you place your hands together. He grabs. Lindley puts her hand on top and says, "All right, gentlemen, ready and go." So what'd you get?
2 successes.
And that beats his 1 success. So you, with straining yourself quite hard, you eventually slowly manage to push his arm down, and the crowd goes wild.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
He puts his hands or his head in his hands, and he's just like, just take it.
Thank you, and
Booyah! In your face, says Lindley.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear her, but if she says in your face, I agree.
I heard her.
Don't be so quick to judge people by their appearance
Or their age.
Yeah, you hear someone behind you say, I didn't see you do anything.
Yes.
Oh.
All right, so, but yeah, now you're in the end. So, Trouse, what you see is a bunch of singing and dancing. There's like a large group of people that are all singing one particular song that everyone seems to like. There's soup and cider. Lindley is trying to get some of the cider.
Question really quick.
Yes.
Do I need to do anything to keep track of my piece of heart, or?
Here's the thing: is pieces of heart affect everyone. So,
Yes.
Yeah,
Even Ryan, who's
please, yeah, go ahead and write down, because if all 3 of you are tracking it for me, then I won't lose the note that says that you have it.
Okay, should I keep track of that next to life or in...
Just make
items?
it like an item.
Inventory.
Yeah, just put it in your inventory.
Do I also get it? 'Cause
Yes.
I'm part... Okay.
Why is it not just increasing our life meter?
Because you need 4 of them, Scott. That's how Zelda works.
Noob.
Yep, it is. However, it is kind of funny because we do have quarters of hearts right here as part of our health system. So there is a part of me that's kind of like,
Zelda has quarters of hearts as a part of its health system. I mean, you could argue even since the first game,
true.
even though the display didn't actually show them.
Yeah, that's true. Although you have to have the in later games you have to have special items to get access to those quarters of hearts usually.
Well, I mean, in the first game, you had to have the blue ring to get access to them.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing in the first game, because it only tracked half hearts on the UI, you could actually take a hit and still have access to your sword beams. In some instances.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I remember that. I remember hearing that.
Anyway, so do you join in the festivities, or do you just take your prize and leave?
I'll party.
Okay.
Yeah, you're feeling good.
Yeah, something tells me that Kokiri are pretty cool about parties. They're kids.
So you go, you mingle. A debate springs up about whether cider is too strong for children.
I'll have you know, I'm like several hundred years old or something. I couldn't tell you. My perception of time is strange, I think. They all seem like they have only been living for, a regular child's lifetime, but we also know they've been around for a long time, but we don't know how long. So, you know.
Well, gosh darn it, like some of the pre-release stuff that Shigeru Miyamoto said about Kokiri is just flat out terrifying. Like, they just up and vanish after a certain age. Never made it into the finished game, so I don't know if that's canon, but...
Right, yeah. Also, you have to really take what Shigeru Miyamoto says with a grain of salt, because he changes his mind, like, constantly.
Yeah, I've been meaning to do an article on that.
If you read, like, something he said a few years back and then something he said more recently in, like, articles and interviews, he just randomly says stuff as though they're accurate, and then the next time he talks about it, he says something else, and then somebody will be like, wait a second, you said both of these things, and he'll be like, eh.
Anyway, okay, so... like I said, there's dancing and songs and stuff. There's that one particular song. It seems to be about friendship or whatever. But you spend the night partying, and what time do you turn in?
I probably turn in after, like 3 or 4 hours. So, 9, 10 in the evening. Okay. After I've had some food and some drink, I'll go ahead and head back to my tree.
Yeah, it starts winding down because, they have to go to work work the next day, and felling trees is kind of hard to do when you're hungover, I presume. But
again, don't bring my personal life into this.
Nice. I also just love the imagery of what just happened, because you legitimately, a little old man comes down, challenges a gore into an arm wrestling match, and then is like, actually, I'm going to have a child that lives in a tree do it for me, and then I came in and whooped him. So that was kind of the best.
All right, so the next morning, you get up bright and early. I presume you run through your morning routine, if anyone wants to share what that is.
Dentures, contacts.
Really? The Sheikah are that advanced?
Yep.
They have a tablet.
That's true.
And then it warps time. They have a time-warping tablet.
Sigil's character sheet says he's only 56. I mean, I know it is like a medieval society, but gosh darn it, that dude's got some city miles on him.
He's 68.
Okay, maybe I haven't yeah, I do think you changed that at one point, didn't you? But anyway, so I take it that you had, do y'all, like, what time do y'all gather at the, town center to talk to the mayor?
Well, probably at sunrise, right after all of the what are they called?
Skull Kids? Or
no, not the Skull Kids.
You're right. Style Child.
Yeah, after all the Style Childs go. All the Style Children
those show
are
up
gone.
in Hyrule Field, not here.
I don't know where we're located specifically, so I think
kind of eastern Hyrule.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. No. Just whenever the sun's up. I mean, probably not a big deal.
Scott, do you show up at the same time, or do you leave him waiting for a few hours?
Oh no. Early is on time is late, and late is unacceptable.
Also, I was just looking at the courage section in the manual, and it says, when the Deku bravely charges the Dodongo, or the Kokiri challenges the Iron Knuckle to a duel. So, like, we're right spot on with this one.
Yes.
Right. All right, so you wait for about... You get there early, you two, and so the mayor doesn't show up for a little bit longer. But he eventually does, and he says, "Oh, hi. If you will, please come over to the river. We've got a boat waiting for you." Okay, and he motions you to follow him. So over by the river, you see a canoe with some supplies, clearly scrounged together. They don't have a whole lot to spare at the moment. And he says, All right, so it's probably going to take the better part of a week, but you can follow this river up, and that'll take you to the source. Just figure out what's going on there, and if you can fix it, while you're there, please do. If not, then at least come back and tell us what's going on.
Okay.
And just then you hear someone call to you from the distance, and Natsu, the smith, comes by with a bundle in his hands, a long package, and he walks up to Sigil and says, "Well, it took him a little while to figure out how to work that weird whetstone, but here, your longsword."
Thank you, Sonny. I forgot all about that.
Cool.
All right, and he looks at the canoe and says, "So they crossing the river or what?" Grattle looks at him and says, "No, they're going to follow the stream all the way up to the shrine, but that's going to take forever. They could just cut through the woods and be there by the end of the day."
We can get there faster.
Well, yeah, in theory, says Mayor Grattle. If you got there at all. A lot of people get lost in the woods, and it's certainly not a safe place. There's a reason why we don't do our logging over on that side. Well, that and the fact that the wood's not of particularly good quality up through there. You can't get lost following a river.
But I've got a ferry.
Everyone stops and looks at Lenley, who's not paying attention at all. She's filing her nails or something.
She can help me get through the forest, no problem.
Just kind of looks up and mouths, "Yeah, there's no helping him," to everyone.
Yeah, my search checks are twice as bountiful, and I have clairvoyance. So, let's do it! Everybody okay with going twice as far today as we would have by going through the forest?
Grattle just kind of shakes his head and says, "Well, I mean, I can't tell you what to do, but I don't think it's a good idea."
Lindley, what do you think?
I mean, yeah, the forests tend to be kind of dangerous around here. Real easy to get lost, but it's always some sort of trick to getting through them,
Right.
I've heard one. I've heard some foresters talk about how you can light a torch and watch which way the sparks drift or some nonsense like that.
I see. I do have a lantern.
So just then, Noir stumbles up, apparently having slept in. "Hey guys, sorry I slept in. What's the plan?"
We were just deciding if we should try to go through the forest or not, or take the boat. It'd take longer to go on the boat.
He just kind of looks at the woods and then the river, or you could just go over all of it.
We can't fly.
That sounds like a you problem.
Yes, it is.
Well, tell you what. I'll see you chumps when you get there. And he takes off and flies off over the distance.
Okay. Sigil, what do you want to do?
Let's go.
Which way?
Forest or river?
Oh, how about the river?
You don't think the forest would be faster?
Wait, he said the river would be twice as long?
He said it would take the better half of a week.
Oh yeah, I don't know how much time I've got left in life. Let's go faster.
Okay, let's forest time.
All right, so you get into the canoe, cross the river, and ground it on the other side, and stare into the forest. Do you just head in, full speed ahead, or do you try to?
Gonna light my lantern.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna open it up, and I'm gonna walk in. Maybe Lindley was just messing with me, but I'm just gonna assume.
Well, okay, but a lantern, even when opened, you're not gonna get a whole lot of sparks from it. It's pretty.
So we need
That's
to,
true.
Need to light the stick with the lantern.
Yeah, I guess I'll get a stick and light it. And the lantern.
There should be a stick around here somewhere.
Yeah,
I'll put a little bit of
it's a
lamp
forest.
oil.
You can find a stick. I'm not even gonna make you roll for that.
Yeah, I'll put a little bit of rope and some lamp oil on the end of a stick and light it.
All right. So, and then you what do you do with it then?
Hold it out in front of me and go into the woods and keep an eye on which direction the flames move and stuff, and just go from there.
Okay.
I'm taking Lindley super seriously.
All right. And I take it you follow?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, also, I suppose we should probably ask, which direction are we going?
Head north.
Cool bean, thanks.
Yeah, I'm just going to retroactively say that he probably, when he heard that you're going to try to cut through the woods, he, scrawled out a really rough map.
Kind of gave us a general idea of what direction we're going.
Wouldn't it not be cool beans, but, cool Deku nuts?
No,
Cool
they have
Deku
magic
nuts.
beans.
That's right. Cool magic beans.
There are probably people and characters in this forest, aren't there?
Probably, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I took I will say I metagamed ever so slightly by taking the fact that our next map on map pool was forest as maybe a slight hint.
Well, there should also be a river one. These are not.
Also, really, it came down to the river being 6 or 7 times longer.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things where one of them's longer but safer, and the other's
right,
short but dangerous. I wanted to give you some choice, even though that's not a normal Zelda thing. Mm-hmm. But all right, so you wander into the woods, trusting the torch to lead the way.
If it stops going north, I'm gonna be suspicious.
Well, do you have a compass to tell you which way is north?
I do not, but I have a fairy who can probably figure out which direction north is, even if it means she just has to fly above the trees real quick and then come down and say, the sun's that way!
Okay, well, that's fair.
I love having a fairy that's just like, ha-ha, Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah, there are a lot of ways to break typical RPG conventions in this one, so...
Yeah, you gotta be careful with, homebrewed stuff in general, especially entire RPGs that are homebrewed to fit, a very specific idea, because there are things in Zelda that just do not make sense for an RPG, but they fit the motif, So
So let me see what you encounter. That's actually perfect. So I have a table of random places that you can wind up on your way there. All right, so you wander into the woods.
Legend of Zelda and the table of random places.
So
sounded way cooler than it should have, actually.
Yeah. So you wander through the woods for what seems like hours, the canopy above you grows thick, and the woods, it begins to look sort of like evening and maybe even night in places, except for the occasional rays peeking through the leaves. You can understand why people are hesitant to come into these woods. And then, suddenly, you hear what sounds like the crying of a child.
Okay.
Trouse, quit your whining.
That's not me.
Oh yeah, trust me, he sounds way worse when he's crying.
We should investigate. But carefully. Could be I don't know, some dangerous. It just sounds like a kid.
All right, so do you follow the sound or?
Yes.
All right, so it takes a little while for you to get your bearings with the woods and the way the sound echoes throughout it, but you eventually figure out which direction it's coming from and head towards it. And you see in a hollowed-out tree a small child in rags and leaves and stuff.
Hi. You okay? Sigil, what do we do?
Son, have you lost your way?
No, I ran away here. This is my favorite tree.
Does your favorite tree usually make you cry?
No, it usually helps, but it's not working now.
Well, what's wrong?
Everything!
Can't help you there.
All the other imps are making fun of me because I can't play wind instruments like them, and I'm too young for them, and the
You can't play wind instruments? That's perfect. I hate music.
no, you don't understand. I play string instruments.
Well, nice to meet you.
So you don't really exactly fit in with your friends?
No, I don't have any friends.
Oh, well, I mean, I can be a friend.
Really? You don't mind that I play string instruments?
No.
What about the old guy?
What about the old guy, says Lindley.
He hates everything.
Oh.
So it's okay. He'll just he'll warm up to you as much as he warms up to anything.
Okay. What's worse than all of this is I broke my lyre, and now I can't get a new one because the Pegasus trees that they're made from are all up the river, and they ship them down on the river, and now the river's
we're gonna fix that. That's why we're here. Do you know where we're trying to make it upriver so that we can fix the problem? Do you know the way?
do I know part of the way, at least?
You're familiar with the woods, but you've never been that far north.
I know the at least the way out of the woods, but I don't know much more than that.
Okay. Well, if you'll lead us that far, then we'll figure it all out.
Okay.
All right, cool magic beans. Well, that works out.
Lindley elbows you sharply in the temple. Introduce yourself.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I like making friends. I just, my name is Trouse.
Hi.
And I'm Sigil, which means something in Latin. I've forgotten.
What's Latin?
What's your name?
My name's Oscar.
Nice to meet you, Oscar. Yeah. All right. So, are you an imp? Is that what I heard?
Yeah. Yep,
Cool.
That's what I am. Well, I guess not much of an imp. Because all my friends don't. I don't have any friends. Nobody other imps like me.
Remember, I'm your friend now.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's okay. All right. Let's go. And this is Lindley, my fairy.
Oh, hi.
Lindley waves. All right. So,
All right.
do you continue?
Yeah.
All right. So you wander off, and as you, not realizing that the few stray embers from your torch landed in the tree, and then it's now smoldering.
Oh,
We didn't notice that. You
Didn't
said?
notice.
So the tree's on fire and we don't know it.
Well, it might die out. It could just be a few burn marks. So you keep following the torch.
Yep. And apparently the torch led us there because the embers came off of the torch and went onto that tree, and that's...
Okay, so are you following Oscar or are you following the torch?
Yeah, I suppose I'm following Oscar at this point since he said he knows how to get to at least the edge of the forest or so.
yeah, come this way, guys.
All right. So since we're going off Oscar now, I'm going to have you roll a survival check. I think that's a skill.
That's me?
Yes. Well, you're the one who's in lead, so.
Okay,
Also, your character's name is Oscar.
And that's going to be a survival smarts.
Okay, so...
Can't be a survival wits?
No, because this is navigating basically from memory.
Okay.
Survival. Okay, so I have one survival, and then do I also count the wits and smarts, or
No, just the smarts.
just the smarts? So
Yeah, so I guess
one survival,
just as a
one
review,
smarts.
the way it works is you get one ability score, and you get to add that to a skill.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I roll 2 dice.
Yes.
And what's a success?
Success is 4 or up. So it's basically a coin flip.
0 successes.
Okay. Let me roll the table to see, to determine your fate. Your fate is now lies in the die. Or dice. I'm rolling 2 dice. Okay. That again. Okay, so as you wander along, you hear the sound of a flute.
You guys hear that?
I'll add it in post.
You guys hear that?
Yeah.
Well, if it isn't little Oscar. I was going to come up with an insulting, nickname pun based on Oscar, but then I realized Oscar's a stupid enough name as it is. You hear this voice coming from above you in the trees.
You guys are so mean!
Hey, why are you being a jerk?
He looks at you quizzically, like he doesn't understand the question.
Oh, is that just your neutral personality is not nice?
Yes. Yes, they are. None of them are nice.
Don't listen to him. He's just a wimp. He just can't stand having fun.
Why don't you come down here and get a stern talking to from an old man? Sigil?
I'm here, and I need this imp to quit his crying, so if beating up this meanie is the fastest way to do that, then let's take the gloves off.
Hang on, let me look something up real quick. All right. He says, "Tell you what, here's a better idea. Why don't you guys have some fun?" And you see some what appears to be glowing sparks emanating from his hands. Why don't you all just dance for a second? He says, and he shoots a magic blast down upon you.
Oh no! Does that mean we gotta dance?
I don't like dancing.
Do you try to?
I'm gonna try dodge.
Okay.
I'm just trying to look up the actual dodge mechanics at the moment.
Basically, you roll. I want to say agility plus is it acrobatics or something?
And there's a size modifier too.
Yeah, you're right. So you would actually, it'd be easier for you to.
I get a +2 to dodging.
You're only small, so I'm pretty sure it's just a plus.
It's probably just a +1, and that's a typo.
Yeah,
so let's just say
+1
instead of a plus. So agility plus acrobatics plus smallness.
Do I also get to do that?
Yes.
Rolling.
Mm-hmm.
No successes.
All right, you get hit with the spell, Oscar.
Ow!
No successes. 4.
Yeah. And Noir, does he dodge, Scott?
You mean Sigil?
Or Sigil, right, sorry. Sorry, both kind of have a dark theme going on.
Okay.
0.
Good job, everybody.
Wow! All of the agility that we have, and
We're a little
not a
rusty.
single dodge.
So you all get hit with the magic and start feeling the urge to dance to the point where you can't resist. You just start dancing.
Okay. Can I try to use my composure to stop dancing?
Yeah, go ahead. That actually makes sense.
Okay, cool. So it'll just be a straight composure check with nothing else added.
Guts.
Guts. Okay. 3 successes.
Yeah, you managed to hold it in.
I have 2 composure, but I rolled both ones.
Oh, no.
Oh, did you include your guts in that?
I did not, and I got a 3.
Okay, that's not enough.
This is humiliating.
So I'm just stuck dancing.
You don't even try
Stop
to resist.
dancing.
Hey,
What?
Did you roll to resist?
on the
Oh
composure
no, I
you
didn't.
got-
I don't. For some reason, my composure thing is blank. Does that just mean I don't have any composure?
Yeah, that would just mean you didn't put any points
Judging
in.
by your constant whining, I'd say that checks out.
Yeah.
But I have 1 guts, so I can try.
Yeah, you
for
can
that.
roll the 1 guts. I'm just gonna tell you right now. I said that too, so no, you can't resist this.
Yeah, I was a failure anyway.
Hey, stop making my friends dance.
Yeah.
Can't
Okay,
stop
fine.
feeling.
It's not funny the second time. Don't worry, they'll stop when they get tired. He says, and just he bounds off.
Little jerk.
It's fun to stay in the forest place. It's fun to stay in the forest place.
So after about a good minute, maybe a minute and a half of that, you finally wear yourself out and collapse, panting.
Forest. That's the place I want to be.
Oh, that was exhausting.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
See how mean these guys can be?
Real jerks.
Real jerks.
At least it wasn't something worse.
That's true.
Dancing is not as bad as being stabbed in the kidney.
Never had that happen to me before. That's horrible.
I would rather get stabbed in the kidney than dance ever again.
And next time you start dancing, I'll keep that in mind.
All right, so after regaining your composure and taking a moment to breathe, you continue on your merry way.
Yeah. Does that mean Oscar has to roll another survival check?
Yep.
Alright. And what was the survival check again?
It's smarts plus survival.
Smarts plus survival, so 2. 2 successes.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was bound to happen eventually with all the bad coin flips we've been having.
Seriously.
All right. Ooh. Okay, you continue the wander.
Wait.
What?
I have a question.
Yes.
Do we have, did we like lose stamina because of that or something?
Stamina automatically regenerates after an encounter, so that's why I said that you took a moment to catch your breath.
Okay, got it.
So, if this were in the fight, then yeah, that would affect your combat effectiveness, but...
Got it.
Anyway, so you continue to wander through the woods, and eventually you come across what appears to be a large carved stone cube that's partially embedded in the ground at kind of a odd, skewed angle. It has worn carvings on it that seem very foresty.
Reminds me of those cubes that you gotta use the Skyward Slash and the Skyward Sword to...
Yeah, it's much like one of those.
Oscar, do you what is this?
It's The Rock. Everybody knows about The Rock. You guys never heard of The Rock?
Dwayne Johnson?
What? The Rock's name is Glen?
I think he said Dwayne Ronson.
Dwayne Ronson.
No, it's the special rock of the forest. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you.
Well,
that's just what it
I
is.
guess we don't really need it for anything.
And
Wait, were you
think
really
of-
for a moment considering taking this thing with you?
No, I think-
No, I'm saying it's just kind of here, and we can just move on.
I guess, is there like something special about the carvings, or...
Lindley, what's up with the rock?
She flies up and examines it. I mean, I get a sense that this thing has, like, a purpose, and there may be something... I don't know. I feel like this might be enchanted in some way, but I don't know.
Maybe we'll, on our adventures, we'll find out what the mystery of the rock truly is, and then I can impress all my friends with my vast knowledge of the outside world.
Which friends again?
Oh, never mind. You're right. I didn't have any those jerks. I'll show up those jerks.
Ouch.
Yeah, Lenley goes, ooh, nice.
Burn. Well, I mean, I guess we'll just keep going. Should we investigate the rock more?
Well, I look. She says, kind of twirling around and taking a seat on the rock on one corner of it. These sorts of things typically require like something to activate it. If we don't know what this thing, like assuming this is enchanted, I have no idea what this thing is supposed to do.
Okay, I'll just write something down real quick, just to remember that this thing is here. Magic rock in forest. Okay.
Let's keep going, guys.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll survival
man.
again.
You coming, old man? 2 successes.
All right, and you go further into the woods. Okay, nice. Okay, so you wander in and come across a clearing full of bokoblin. It seems that they have a camp.
Shh. Be really quiet. If we're quiet, we can sneak around and not have to deal with these guys. They're no good.
Sigil.
Totally thought you were going to say, shh, be very, very quiet. I'm hunting rabbits for a minute there. I was going to lose it.
I should have. I'm disappointed in myself.
Sigil gazes longingly at the Bokoblin's loincloths.
Oh my gosh. No, not that again.
I'm afraid I'm not very sneaky.
Well, maybe here. I have an idea. I'll climb up into these trees, and then I'll go over to the other side, and I'll distract them with some music. I can sing a little bit. My lyre is broken, but I can sing a little bit, and then I'll distract them, and then you guys can sneak past them. They're not very bright, and they're pretty dumb. And they don't have very good hearing.
Okay,
Like,
Lenley
sneak
holds up
on
a finger. Quick question, how do you get out of that? Because they're going to know exactly where you are.
Which fingers Lindley hold
Have
up?
you ever tried to track down a Skull Kid? It's not easy.
Why would I want to?
There. Well, see, why would they want to? They'll
I don't know,
think
they're
I'm
stupid
annoying,
and
and
violent. That's just kind of their thing.
they'll try and come after me to stop me from singing, and then you guys can go around the other side.
Okay. We'll keep. Lindley, keep an eye on him and come get us if he gets in trouble.
Fine. All right, Simeon, give me a climb check.
Okay, I have 1 brawn and 1. What was it?
Athletics.
The athletics.
Mm-hmm.
1 athletics. 1 success.
Okay, that's enough to climb a tree.
Yes.
So you scramble up the tree.
And then I climb around the clearing in the trees to the opposite side, swinging like Tarzan or hopping like a frog.
So once you get up there and to get a better look, you notice that one of them is actually, in fact, a moblin.
Oh,
Yeah, this is going to be fun, especially if it goes south.
Moblins have thick loincloths, don't they?
I don't remember if moblins were loincloths.
Oh, they do.
Scott is an expert. Okay.
Yeah, they've got loincloths.
Okay.
Yeah, at least the Breath of the Wild ones do. The small, yeah. Even the one that looks more like the picture you've got there, he's got like a metal like a metal like breastplate sort of thing, and then like a towel that hangs down.
Okay.
All right. Should I start singing?
If that's what you want to do. Are you going to make a music check or?
Yeah.
Okay. So they all turn to look at you, confused.
I'm pretty sure that's 0 successes.
Well, I mean, he didn't even roll as best as I can tell, so I'm just going to count that as 0 successes. You don't roll, you don't succeed.
What? I'm just singing poorly. I'm not even trying to sing well.
Yeah, which is...
How can you not succeed at making noise?
No, that's why you're singing
laryngitis.
poorly, is you didn't roll for it. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, got it.
Yeah. Quick, everyone roll to remember how to breathe.
Everyone has laryngitis suddenly.
Okay, so you all can try to sneak past.
Okay, so do we have any sort of advantage or modifier or anything from the distraction, or
Yeah,
how's this work?
I'm going to just lower the difficulty for it. So initially it would have been like a 2. You just have to roll a 1 in stealth.
Oh, okay, good. This is an agility stealth check, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that means I have a literal 50-50 chance. I only have 1. Oh, does size help here at all?
I don't think so, but there
right
have
now?
been. I have seen some discussions about adding size, but hang on, let me check. Stealth.
Agility and stealth. I rolled 1, 1, and 1.
Oh, I guess it's not going to matter anyway.
I need to get my money back on this
I have
dice
1
now.
success.
Okay, so you sneak by while the moblin and the bokoblins stare quizzically at them. One of the bokoblins is kind of starting to sway back and forth, bobbing his head.
To the music? Yeah, because this is good music to them, right?
Yeah, they have a thing for shrill, shrieking noises, if you haven't noticed.
Good job, Oscar.
Wait, so how? What happened? Did?
Yeah, they got by unnoticed.
Really? Scott rolled 3 failures though.
Wait, you rolled 3? I thought you said a 1 to 1. Oh, sorry, I thought you were saying so. You rolled failures.
Yes, 3 failures he rolled.
Okay.
I rolled 1 success.
Okay, so Trouse, you are not spotted. Sigil, the team stealth.
Simeon, why did you say anything?
You.
I gotta make things. I'm the imp, okay?
You step on a branch that makes a very loud cracking noise that scares a squirrel, and it knocks a crab apple or something off a tree that beans you in the head, and you let out a loud yelp.
Confound it.
And they all turn to stare at you. Realizing that this is a trick, they quickly grab their weapons and screech what you presume to be bokoblin expletives at you.
I'm trying to remember exactly some of the mechanics here. What are like the OD and the offensive die?
Offensive dice and defensive dice.
Okay, that's what I thought. And then, so like, I've got a move called Battle Cry. I figure I could just go ahead and use that right now that combat is just starting.
Yeah, let's go ahead and roll initiative first. So let me check.
Well, I was going to do it preemptively when I realized that my teammates made mistakes.
You know what? Since you're still hidden, I will give you a stealth round, an ambush round.
Yeah! So yeah, I can use my battle cry, which gives +1 to all allies' offensive dice for 2 turns. So I'm essentially just gonna come out of the bushes going, ah! And now everybody feels way more like they can stab things.
Yeah!
Alright, so, and we are going to leave it there, folks. So, to recap, our heroes have ventured into the woods, met a new ally, and are now facing down a pack of angry bokoblins and a moblin. Tune in next time to find out what happens.
To the loincloths.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
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 Sayonara!